Hi, and welcome back to Sunshinery. We have a part 2 of Preacher Boy and KJ. Stay tuned for more. It all started a month ago when Preacher Boy Eric and Without a Crystal Ball Katie Joy last spoke and had any interactions, which you can see how that all went down on my last video on them. When suddenly Eric received a message on June 21st, 2021 from a stranger saying, "Hi, Katie Paulson told me to reach out to you in regards to sharing my story. Hi blank, can you give me some more info? I was blanked by a cult member. This is the person that abused me. These are the pictures of her. Katie wanted you to do a story on her. Her name's blank. She was abused between ages 5 and 15. If you do this for me, I will stop all the hate you're receiving. She deserves to be humiliated for reporting my family to CPS. Her Twitter is blank and Instagram is blank. Do this for me and I'll stop my followers from targeting you." I might be misunderstanding something. Why are you telling me you'll stop the hate I'm receiving and stop your followers from targeting me? You know full well who I am. Preacher Boy. No, I really don't. Unless I'm very mistaken, it sounds like you're blackmailing me to do what you want, or else you're going to send a Twitter mob my way. The person you humiliated with your post without consulting me first. Ah, Katie. If you do this for me, I will stop others from harassing you. I have a much bigger audience than you. Creating a separate account entirely for the sole purpose of blackmailing me into bending to your will? That's not how I operate, Katie. I said my piece. This person is a liar and deserves it. Do this and I will forget our spat. Otherwise, I will personally make your life a living hell. Your choice. Well, that's not how I work. I don't even know who the person is you're referring to, and I don't want any piece of your self-created drama. She lied in my court case. I want her exposed now, or I will make sure you regret humiliating me. First, not doing this. Second, how do I even know if you're really Katie? You'll find out when you have 170,000 people harassing you. Well, if it is really you, it's disgusting. You're exploiting a victim. You're unhinged. Blocking this account now. And as we can see by this screenshot, he blocked her and the user cannot be found. After Preacher Boy Eric received these messages, he shared them with everyone on his Twitter and Instagram accounts, along with a message. Preacher Boy says, "On Monday, I received a message from an account claiming to be an abuse victim. I asked for more details and they changed their story to say that it was about someone else who had been abused and said if I ran the story, they would stop their followers from targeting me." Here is his Instagram post where he does put up an update saying, "I have reported the threatening messages I received to the FBI so they can investigate. I have nothing else to say about the situation at this time." The rest of the message is the same as his Twitter message. It continues by saying, When I dug deeper into who they were, they said it was the person who I humiliated without contacting first. The account confirmed it was Katie Joy Paulson who ran the account and YouTube channel without a crystal ball. She told me to expose this victim's story and she would call off the followers she had sent after me originally. As many know, I have joined a live stream with Katie randomly a few weeks back, which ended badly, and she went on to do 3 live streams accusing me of being misogynistic, implying I abuse my family, and that I was a cult member. The videos have since been deleted by her, and she has blocked me. I'm reporting the conversation, and it goes without saying, I'll never be blackmailed and will definitely never share a victim story without direct express permission from them. Additional info, I spoke to the actual victim this alleged Katie wanted me to expose, and she confirmed that Katie Joy Paulson is the only person outside her family who has access to the private images that were sent to me. Then Eric decided to go live on his YouTube channel to share on there as well what was going on with these messages and how he had not had any more contact with Katie Joy after the last time they spoke last month. Here are some clips from that video.
And I just want to make clear from that point on, I've been completely silent, even though there were a lot of things that were said about me, like some of these statements.
To save face, still have so much left to learn. So the only thing I'm using this for is that I'm not going to give him grace in the respect that he made a public statement to humiliate me, and he won't respond to me in DMs.
Which again,
and
as you guys saw, is not true. I did respond to her very quickly, and was very respectful in my responses. That's my full responses to her. And so this is inaccurate information. This is a lie.
It's clear that he would rather just believe what he wants about me and then humiliate me and then not give me the courtesy to speak to me. And if you're going to treat a woman like that, all I can say to you, after I've graciously given you time on my platform to share what you do, I had no agenda.
Okay, so again, obviously, as you guys saw from the screenshots, it's not true. I did respond to her. It was within a few minutes of her writing. And again, I was on an airplane going to Costa Rica. So the fact that I responded, I think, says a lot. I could have left the statement, blocked her. Instead, she blocked me and went and did this live. All I'm going to say is, based on my experiences with her and the way that she's responded to things, this wouldn't be the most surprising thing to me if this is in fact her. But whether it's her or whether it's a deranged Katie, fan, or whether it is a deranged, person that hates Katie, I don't know. The pieces don't make sense. And if this is her creating an account, threatening me to release a victim's information who had trusted Katie with their story, is not how I roll, and I'm not going to be blackmailed into this. Yeah, that happened, and then I received a message from Katie that says, what you've done proves to me that even today you still lack respect for women. Anyway, you could have spoken to me, but instead chose to publicly humiliate me. And I said, Katie, respectfully, this has nothing to do. And by the way, the reason I'm sharing these messages is because of what's going on today. Katie, respectfully, this has nothing to do with you being a woman. I've worked alongside many incredible women. That's the majority of the people I have on my show over the course of my show. And I was not out to humiliate you. I saw things that were troubling and chose to distance myself. I made a public appearance and felt the need to address that public appearance on a public setting. That's all. Some of my concerns are validated in that you removed your first few kind messages and then chose to send a more antagonistic message when you didn't get a prompt response. I take full responsibility for joining a live without doing more research. That was on me. I've said my piece. That's where I wanted the conversation to end. And what I meant when I said she deleted the original messages to me, originally when she messaged me after I put out the statement, it was very kind, and It said basically that she was very sorry. She had haters that were coming after her. She's sorry if I felt threatened by anybody, which I didn't. And nobody responded to me in a hateful or angry way. I just want to make that really clear. And so she had sent me like 3 messages right in a row, deleted those, and then sent me a message saying that I humiliated her, that I lacked respect for women, etc. So I sent that response to her.
Still have so much left to learn.
And then she said, oh, I lost this message here. But then she basically responded and said that there were, oh, here it is. Sorry. I said, no, you chose to, and I apologize, guys. I didn't expect to be doing this live today. No, you chose to be publicly, you chose to publicly humiliate me, then not speak to me based on assumptions about me that are not true. I deleted messages because people use my DMs against me all the time. If you care to address this and actually listen to me, I'm not what they say. But you do and again, I base this off my own research, not what people told me. But you do humiliate me, and it was horrifying to make a statement so publicly to belittle me. I've never been rude to you. Instead, you use sources from trolls who've harassed and bullied me for 3 years of my work because they want you to believe I'm bad. I'm not bad. Instead of coming to me, you took to social media to denounce me, which is akin to public humiliation. I said, Katie, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not on any sort of crusade. I saw things that concerned me upon doing my own research and watching other clips from your program and felt the need to express my disagreement. That's all. There was no personal vendetta because I didn't know her. I made a public statement as someone who has a public show and made an appearance with a public figure. She said, I'm sorry you were harassed. I'm sorry you're threatened by these assholes. Yeah, I am sure. Problematic because it's not what you would do, and therefore I'm terrible. You did not say this isn't accurate, or I don't know about this. Instead, without warning, you humiliated me. If you can't see that's wrong and misogynistic, I can't make you change. So that was the messages that went back and forth. And immediately following that, she went and did 2 to 3 live stream videos addressing me, talking about me. But a friend of mine who is a survivor of sexual abuse actually was in the comments defending me, which I appreciate because I didn't ask her to do that. And her comments were actually deleted by Katie, the ones that defended me, and actually mentioned that she told her abuse story on my podcast. Anyway, it was just really frustrating. And I will say I did reach out to the victim that was mentioned in the messages. I sent the images that were sent to me. They confirmed that the only person that had those images would be Katie Joy Paulson. And so anyway, it's just, it doesn't make sense. She said outside of family, the only person would be Katie, who she gave the information to. She gave the information to a year ago, and Katie has been threatening to release it according to her. Again, ugly head. And again, I know that there are many that are saying, well, it's not Katie, it doesn't make sense, why would she do this? From what I have seen, and even just recently, there was a video where Katie doxed someone in her own family. She has a history of giving away people's personal information and doxing them. That is well documented. There are lawsuits from celebrities relating to that exact thing. My experience with her was that she did delete a lot of messages. She sent me very aggressive messages. She went on an unhinged 3 live streams about me within the course of a few hours, which she then deleted. And so my experience with her has not been positive. Whether or not this is her, this is extremely frustrating. It doesn't do anything worthwhile for survivors of abuse, who they're my top priority in this. It does, whoever's doing this, whether it's Katie, whether it's some other person, this is awful. I just don't understand who has the time, and why me? Why go to my account? This doesn't make any sense, because I haven't said anything. I could see if maybe I was like a rival and I've been posting stuff nonstop, but it doesn't make sense. Why me over a month and a half ago when I haven't said anything else about Without a Crystal Ball whatsoever? There's plenty of people that don't like Katie that they could have gone to. Whether or not, who knows what pieces of this are true, what's accurate, but all I know is, if for whatever reason, this gets bigger than what it is, this is how the day started. And anyway, my thoughts on this are, whoever it is, this is awful for survivors everywhere. This is extremely offensive to me as someone who tries to work with survivors. And again, based on my experiences with Katie, like, again, I've had nothing but bad experiences since doing this live stream. And again, there's lots of well-documented things that she's done that are extremely problematic, plenty of high-profile lawsuits involving her. And yeah, it just does, it just seems very odd. This just seems like a very odd situation. And yeah, that's...
That same night, on June 21st, 2021, attorney Michael Salt, aka Saltsy, replied to Eric regarding Katie Joy, and here is what he said to him. Michael Salt: I'm sorry you're being included in this. There appears to be a group we have been tracking that insert themselves through hacking and trolling into WOACB controversies. We have been working with the FBI Los Angeles to investigate their crimes. He then replied to someone else on Eric's tweet saying, we believe Miss Paulson is a target of this group. She has been working with us and the FBI to help in our collective investigation. This process will take some time. With each new event, our ability to track improves, so please continue to report to ic3.gov. Katie Joy did respond to Saltsy's tweet with a "Thank you, Salts." The next day, June 22nd, 2021, this is when Katie Joy decided to take to Twitter and Instagram to express her opinion on the matter. Note, Katie Joy decided to make a second Twitter the other day, so you will see some tweets under her new Twitter account. Katie Joy. Michael Salt responds to Preacher Boy, who received messages from a fake account claiming to be me. This is not me. I have no involvement with this. I am being targeted by a group who inserts themselves through hacking and trolling into any of my issues. They also create drama for me. This thread, Preacher Boy received messages from someone targeting, stalking, hacking, and harassing me. Despite their claims, I am not the person messaging him, and I have no photos of any victims. This same account attempted to contact me. I knew it was the hackers and blocked them. And here we have the same tweet that Preacher Boy had posted. Here is the email that the hacker/stalkers sent me this morning, stating they set me up, Nat, Preacher Boy, and me. I did not take their bait about Jim Bob Duggar. I blocked them. They claim I have a relationship with Nat. I don't. Salts received the same email. The email says, you guys are so dumb. You actually fell for the bait. LMAO. Nat, we hacked you, you effing idiot. We all have your photos and information. We can set you up for anything. Katie Joy Paulson, you think we aren't been around long? Who do you think doxed you last year and put all your information and address and numbers of you blank last year? LMAO. How easy was this to set you guys up? LMAO. We baited and watched, and Nat bit first on Sunday. We told her we're going to expose her story and pretend to be Katie. Then we told Katie we were abused by Jim Bob Duggar to get her interested and purposely use the word mum instead of mom to frame Nat. then told Preacher Boy to do as we asked, to face hate pretending to be KJ. And you all fell for it. You think we aren't so dumb? Hackers from the Middle East? We're not. We live close by to you, KJ. We know everything about you. This tweet really doesn't have to do with Preacher Boy Eric, but it was the next tweet and shows the context of what she was trying to say and do. Katie Joy. I outed Creepshow Art last fall for getting all her info about me from my stalkers, they write. We sent Creepshow everything to expose you and have been working with Andrew. This isn't a game for us, Katie. You should never have messed with us. I don't know who Andrew is. The picture in the tweet says, we're going to you and Nat pour acid down your throat and watch you burn from the inside out. We sent Nat all she needed to expose you. We recorded the conversation you had with Swanson and sent it to Nat when we hacked you last year. We sent Creepshow everything to expose you and have been working with Andrew. This isn't a game for us, Katie. You should never have messed with us. Preacher Boy is just some dumb cult artist who needed his bees chopped off and left for dead. Oh, Preacher. Oh, Eric. We know where you live and are going to your throat. You're all dead. Katie then says, I'm no longer playing your stupid troll games. There are no conversations, no texts, no photos. All of this was a setup, and Preacher Boy took the bait of the trolls. They wanted him to publicly accuse me of threatening him and to create more drama. Don't take the bait. After Katie Joy went on her tweet spree, Eric decided to tweet about what was going on with him as well. Eric says, this morning I received a death threat. It's been reported to the FBI in addition to the messages I received yesterday. He continues with, for the time being, I will not be responding to new emails or private messages on either my personal account or my public pages unless an introduction is made to you by someone I personally know. This may affect the release schedule and format of episodes over the next few weeks. Here are just some replies under the last tweet. This person says, I'm so sorry you're being dragged into this mess. I pray you and your family are safe. The next person says, so sad, Eric. And the next person then says, this is so sad. You are a totally innocent bystander being dragged into this mess. SMH. I can't believe this has been able to go on so long. Whoever is behind it needs to be stopped. I pray you get the support you deserve. This person says, well, it looks like you've joined the club. Welcome. I never thought I'd have to contact the FBI either. But alas, people are insane. And then this person says, I'm so sorry you're going through this. A couple more replies say, this poor guy, all because he had a difference of opinion of her? It's disgusting. Then this person says, I sincerely hope whoever is responsible gets some real jail time. Where the person before says, this is so beyond out of control. I've never seen anything like this in my life. This is like the middle-aged and bitter, a social media drama. And then the last reply says, she made some very serious warnings. Seems she is a verified nut. Threats are whacked. They aim to achieve major results with a minimum investment of energy. I pray for you, Eric, and your family. Nothing is more important than protecting your family. Eric also left a comment on his Instagram post updating everyone that looked at it, saying, I have reported the threatening messages I received to the FBI so they can investigate. I have nothing else to say about this situation at this time. Later that night, Eric also put out another YouTube video about receiving death threats. Here's a few clips from that video.
It's frustrating that this is happening. And I want to say very clearly again, I don't know at all that this is Katie. I don't know if this is one of Katie's fans. I don't know if this is one of Katie's enemies that's trying to make Katie look bad. I don't know if this is somebody that has an issue with me. I don't know. And nobody on the internet knows that. Katie, I don't know if Katie knows that. I don't know who knows this. All I know is the facts of what I've said before, which is I barely knew of Katie when I hopped onto that live stream. It was impromptu, and it's amazing how deeply that decision has impacted me. Whether or not that's Katie, or whether or not that's a follower, whether or not it's an enemy of Katie, I don't know. I'm not here to decide that. The FBI can figure that stuff out, and it is what it is. But this is extremely, extremely, extremely frustrating. And the other piece of this that's frustrating and is making me want to make a statement, because each statement I think I'll be done. I thought I was done a month ago when I made a statement about the experience on the show. I thought I was done yesterday when I made a post saying that someone was trying to blackmail me. And again, the reason I made that post, for people who made a lot of assumptions about why I shared it, it was not for views. I don't need views that badly. I don't need to share information that would do damage to myself and my family. I don't need to do that stuff. I don't care to do that stuff. It's never been my MO. I've talked about it on so many videos. I do not do things for quick attention ever, ever, ever. I don't do that with even the stories that I share that aren't related to me. That has never been how I operate. Anyone who's listened to the show for a long time knows that's the case. And so I'm very, very frustrated that I have to keep addressing this, that I have to keep talking about this. This affects my family. This affects me. One, people assuming that I'm leading some kind of smear campaign against Katie. That's not the case. I don't know Katie. I don't know, without a crystal ball. I don't know anything about her brand. I wasn't a super fan. I was new to her content. I said this back when I went on her show. And so I don't have any reason. There's no logical reason for me to have a vendetta against Katie whatsoever. I have plenty of people. I have pastors preaching I'm going to hell every single Sunday for my podcast. I don't need another Twitter beef. It's just, again, it's not my MO, and I don't want to keep defending that. People can make their own assumptions about me, about who I am, what type of person I am. That's just not the case. And so I wanted to address that. And the other piece I want to say about this too, is that, I saw somebody today on TikTok and on Twitter, I think there were two different people, repeating the statements that were made about me back a month ago, that were made on Katie Joy's live, saying that I was a misogynist, that I abused my family, and that I am no hero, fill in the blank with all those different things that were said about me. And this is extremely frustrating for me because it's inaccurate. I feel like that goes without saying. The misogynist allegation I already went into. Again, I don't want to be a guy sitting on YouTube saying why I'm not a misogynist, but I think that my work speaks for itself. I've tried to platform many, many, many women on my show. I've tried to give a platform where I'm in the background of a lot of these conversations. It's an unfounded threat. There's absolutely no evidence that I have abused my family. My wife's been here with me all day, so anyway, I just want to throw that out there. I wanted to address that because that's starting to get repeated. Boxes are closed. I'm not looking at that stuff. I'm not going to respond to it. And again, for those saying that this is something I'm doing for views or attention or whatever, I would rather have not woken up to those messages. I would rather have not had to spend, time on the phone with the FBI this morning. I would have rather not filled out a bunch of paperwork and then be told to go to my local police, sit down in office, write out a 3-page statement, give my personal information, and have to inform the police about a threat and giving them my address, giving them all my information. I'd rather not have spent my Tuesday doing that. And so the fact that there are people who are saying that I am all of these different things, or that this is all, that they think that they know this because they've watched, I don't care how many hours of Katie Joy Paulson's content or how many episodes of Without a Crystal Ball you've watched. I don't care how many episodes of Preacherboys you've watched. You don't know me. You don't know Katie. And some of the interactions and the Twitter statements that are being made make this seem like a reality TV show, make this seem like some kind of Twitter feud. This is just, again, this is a nuts situation, and I'm making statements as succinctly and as simply as I can to protect my family, and I am trying to make the right decisions as far as this podcast, because in addition to caring about my family, in addition to caring about the protection of us, which is first and foremost, I also care about victims who use this platform to share their stories. And it's frustrating to me that I am in a position now where I have to worry about who I can talk to, who I can trust, who can come on my show, and and the fact that it's slowing down the important work that I think I'm doing on this podcast and the methodical work and not blast.
He posted this to his Instagram along with the YouTube video for his followers to see. This says, "This morning I received a death threat. It's been reported to the FBI in addition to the messages I received yesterday. For the time being, I will not be responding to new emails or private messages on either my personal account or my public pages unless an introduction is made to you by someone I personally know. This may affect the release schedule and format of episodes over the next few weeks." Along with this on Twitter. Regarding death threats received on June 22nd, 2021. And then he posted the video. "Please do not spread rumors about myself or KJ Without a Crystal Ball. Let the FBI do their work. I am not trying to run a smear campaign. Don't run one in my name. One final piece to add to my statement about the entire situation. In regards to the rumor that I potentially abused my sister, I don't have a sister." As of early morning, June 24th, 2021, 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, there has not been any more new posts, videos, or communication between Eric and Katie Joy about this new situation that had occurred. We hope that Preacher Boy will be left alone and that the FBI can figure out what is going on with all of the messages and death threats they are all receiving. Here is one quick message from Preacher Boy Eric before we close the video regarding the amazing work he does for those who left a cult and the impact their stories can make for others with the hashtag #IGotOut and resources that are available for those at the website igotout.org.
Hey, my name is Eric Skwarczynski. I'm the host of the Preacherboys podcast. And if you've been in any cult or high control group or religion, share your story with the hashtag #IGotOut. Don't worry if you'd like to be anonymous. There's resources for you at igotout.org.
Together, our goal is to bring awareness to how many of us have been harmed by high control organizations and end the shame or stigma we might feel about our experiences. Tell your story, impact lives, and change the world.
Thank you for watching. Hope to see you guys again soon.